masernet is a platform automating the matching and management of tenders across Europe against the portfolio of specific companies. As you can see here, this demo company, which has the name masernet, sells cybersecurity services and products. They can be managed here in the portfolio. We have products, we have services, and we didn't add yet any skills. masernet is interested to sell these services through public and private tender portals. The public ones are from the Western Europe, and currently we are covering about 360 tender portals. For the private ones, the company has to add its own access to the private portals. Now, masernet works on a basis of suggestions. These suggestions are done either based on an AI model which is created for the company based on the portfolio, or by using the common procurement vocabulary, which is an European taxonomy, including about 9,555 markets. And here, as you can see, we have added some of them for masernet. And additionally, we can search specifically on the vocabulary, that is, what a user or an organization is adding specifically to some company. As you can see here, I have added some specific terms specific to my company. So, currently, masernet analyzes around 70 or has about 71,000 active tenders. These are coming every day into the portal, and they may vary, as you can see, from about 2,000 up to more than 4,000 a day in the working days. Now, if I am a company interested to sell my services across Western Europe, I can do this. I'm having here, as you can see, about 170 suggestions, which is quite a number. But let's suppose I'm interested only about specific markets, and I will remove most of them, and I will keep only Germany and Spain. I'll save him, go back to the tenders, and you'll see now the number of possible matches reduced to roughly 130. Ones from Spain and Germany. You can see here we are having a Spanish language, but if we are scrolling down, we find also in German. Now, we're having this one here from Spain with about 8 documents that can be found here. Of course, as a user, I could go through each of these documents and read them. They might have information about the contract or some other information. I could generate a summary if needed. This would take a while. Here, in this case, it's only one page, so it's nothing spectacular. But I may have other ones with more information. Let's try to see here if this one is more. Yeah, as you can see, there are here 9 pages with the objective of the contract, services, and so on. So one idea would be to read this document or to generate a summary. And in this case, I would have to wait for the summary to be generated, and at some point I can find the generated summary here. But one more thing that masernet is providing is the AI agents. The AI agents are basically automatically responding to the question that the user has. If the question is in the English language, then the answer is in English. If the question is in German, then the answer would be in German. Here I don't have yet the answer, so I click here on Find Answers, and then masernet tries to answer to the questions put either in German or, in this case here, it's in Norwegian. So I don't have to spend the time looking in these documents that we have seen earlier. Yeah, so here there is no text because, as you can see, probably the document has been created from images, but I can go here and see all the information. So as a company working with tenders, I don't need anymore to go through all the portals in a specific market, analyze what is matching against my portfolio. masernet is taking this burden from me and is doing it daily. And on top of it, I don't need to look at the entire documentation or the description, whatever the provider is giving. So here you see there is no document, but there is a description. So every time is different, but I can use these AI agents to find answers to my questions. There are many other features. There is a dashboard. Companies can work as teams, so they can assign, they can confirm or reject them, and depending on this, they have the statuses here of their tenders. They can move them, for example, from confirmed. I can mark it as a quotation sent. I can add notes, test notes here. I can do many other things which are specific to management of tenders. I can export them, I can select what I want to export, and if I export them, then they will be automatically saved in my folder. We are also covering projects. The projects are in the industry of IT projects mainly, and we can also do some specific tenders for larger companies. For example, our biggest customers, they have their own tenants with their own data. Furthermore, there is an archive, and the customers can have access to the archive. What is interesting about the archive is that you can also see who was the winner of a tender, if the winner, of course, has been provided. So I can see here, for example, for these companies, who the winner was for this company, which is particularly helpful, of course, if I am participating to a tender and I would like to know who has won, or if in a specific tender there are more services or products bought, but I would like to go to the winner and provide my solutions or my products in order to distribute it for to the customer they have won. So this is shortly how masernet works.